The S&P 500 and the Nasdaq 100, we saw some downside on the day, and we had our sights on a specific key level. Every single point we mentioned yesterday hit to the tick today. Now, tomorrow we have GDP, and the day after that is our most important data pool, according to Jerome Powell and the Fed. So you need to keep your eyes peeled because we have some monster plays, but you also might get a trap tomorrow, which I want to warn you about before you go into anything else in this video. Let's get right to work. So what we're looking at really quick is going to be NQ, and then we're going to go into ES. Now, off rip, you can see NQ came back down to that pre-market support that we had here Monday morning and then Sunday evening, right? So as the market opened, it was right there. You basically based there overnight. We had a little wick today, but you bounced right back over. So you held overall, right? This is very important. Now, in my opinion, if we look here at highs, you are basing at highs. It's not a flag, it's a base. What do we look for, right? What's one of the biggest supply and demand actions we're looking for is a break, a base, and then continuation, right? That's what you want to see, or a break and retest. But even basing is very strong, especially when you're basing at highs. It shows sellers cannot move you in a direction. Now we go to ES, S&P futures, and this is where everything gets interesting. Because again, when we zoom in here, you can see, right? This is that same level right here. So this is that Monday pre-markets area. We saw yesterday we broke below. We were looking for a retest and a push back down. Now again, I have this all on Twitter so you guys can see all this as well. We also have Discord, but Discord, that won't be available till this Sunday is when it'll all become available. But if you come over here, you can also see, go to our page right here. Again, this was all posted 22 hours ago. We were looking for a break, a retest, and continuation to that level. Perfect, exactly what we were looking for. Futures trading was all mentioned in Discord as well, and that's where we're stuck right now. So what do we want to see? Going into tomorrow or even tonight, what you would like to see is a break above 50.89, retesting, and then pushing back up. The ultimate goal is to get back above 51.07. Above 51.07, you're pushing back into all-time highs. Now, again, I said we have data coming out, so I want to make sure that this is very, very clear. So before we even go into that data, I want to go to Edgeful. This is just data analytics, looking at what happens on SPYs, our best days. Now we know Tuesdays and Wednesdays are our worst days. And I have to be really quick on this video, guys. I'm sorry. So Tuesdays and Wednesdays are our toughest days of the week traditionally. Tuesdays being our worst, right? Wednesdays like a 50-50 being green or red, right? And then Thursdays have been great, and then so on, right? Now this week's different, okay? Because we have what's happening with the data pool. If you go over here, investing.com is where you have your calendar. When we go over here, we look at what's happening this week. We'll go to filters. We'll cut all this out really quick. Again, we just go to America. America, fuck yeah. So as we zoom back down here, you can also see we have some big data pools coming in. So tomorrow, you're going to have GDP. This most likely beats. I see GDP coming in higher than expected and being good, right? That's the biggest point here. You have some Fed members into the day. And on Thursday, it's your big data pool. That's where things get really interesting with PCE. And the Fed continues to say this is the most important data pool when it comes to inflation. So again, this probably comes in hot considering how PPI and CPI came out. Okay, so again, I want to make sure this is really clear. What you're looking for is ES to break back above 50.87 and then 51.07. NQ, very simple. You want to hold this low down here. You want to get back above 18.028, but really it's 18.075, 07 flat roughly. That's all you want to get above. You get above that, you're pushing back into all-time highs. I also want to give you guys a little shout out. This weekend, it'll all go live. So we got our custom volume script down here once again. And then we also, it shows you more data that's happening per volume. So you'll actually see this. The link for that's down below with Lux Algo. So make sure you check them out. But that's what we're looking at as far as futures. Okay, now when we go into everything else, I'm going to have to do this really quick. So we're going to go into DXY, yields, and then right into equities. I'm patient here, but right now I do anticipate going into Wednesday, it's going to be a good start of the day with GDP, unless it's a big shock. But based on how earnings have come out beating across the board, I don't see GDP slowing down. It should be really good. You'll have Fed members near the end of the day, but I'm going to be looking for upside momentum on things like NQ and ES personally, specifically if we get above those levels that I mentioned. So make sure you're paying close attention to the levels we're talking about and where we're going from there. So that's to be very, very clear. DXY, all of our risk on indicators continue to point to upside. IWM back at highs. Bitcoin 57, 58K, the dollar dropping. These are all things that we want to happen to show strength on the market. The only road bump this week, right? The only speed bump the entire week is going to be PCE. If we can get over PCE without dropping drastically, I'm a very big bull. Like I said yesterday, we wanted that retest on ES and we got it. And the reaction so far today has been beautiful. Okay, so first up, we're gonna go over DXY really quickly here. And as you can see, we're basically just sitting, still trending on top of that 200 SMA, but we're back down in our range. You lost the the neckline of the inverse head and shoulder. So we're just kind of slowly coming back down. We do think with GDP, if it comes out, good, that this will drop again. Going into yields, very important. Yields are sitting right outside of our range. This is a bit of a red flag. We want to see us get back down. GDP will be big, but PCE will be bigger. Again, it's not guaranteed that when yields go up and the dollar goes up that we're going to drop. But what we do know is every time the yields and dollar drop, the market does go up. I'm just saying, go look at the correlation. You're welcome. So it's very important here. But we need to see PCE to get more information. Again, Bitcoin continues to go berserk at 57K. IWM back at highs, almost 204. You break above 205 and this thing's going to be absolutely ripping. Now let's go into equities as fast as possible. Apple came out today and said they are getting rid of the Apple Car. They are scrapping the idea. It's never going to happen. Oh no. Okay, so what we're looking at specifically, Apple to get bullish, you got to get above the 200 SMA. You hit it, reject it. So you get above that and you're pushing into, in my opinion, 185 locally. That's your next range. That's the only trade you can do. You get and hold below 180, you go short down to 176. Okay, after that, Microsoft. It looks decent. We talked about this yesterday. You lost 408. When you lose 407, you're looking for 404, 403. Boom, shakalaka. You lost it there, straight shot down. You're welcome. AMD. Going in here, as long as you are holding this range, ladies and gentlemen, you are bullish. You continue to bounce, you broke, retested, shot back up. Very bullish behavior here. Now, AMD, I think there's a lot of money to be made here, and I do think the next time it comes back over 180, you're pushing all-time highs. But NVIDIA, let me tell you right now, NVIDIA is getting ready to go crazy. Now, what I'm going to tell you right now is you're waiting for the break. Really simple. The break, oh my gosh. The break, retest, continuation. That is all you care about. That's all you want to see. 804. Over 804, very big and bullish. Netflix. Talked about this one yesterday as well. We mounted 593. You came in today. We said it again. If you get above 593, you're bullish. What did we say? You're bullish. You held out yesterday. You came in today. You're making nothing but higher lows, and you're pushing up, pushing above 600. This is what we were waiting for. This is what you got. You're welcome. Netflix is moving. Great volume. Even when the market dipped, Netflix remained very strong. Pan W for all the Nancy Pelosi boys and girls out there, still very bullish. You got over 318, you ran to 327. Shout out to Discord as well, just really quickly showing you the gains here. One guy made 7K when we called this one out. We mentioned this all in live voice chat. This guy made 2K, and another guy, where did he make his money? Right here, around 4K. So shout out to those guys, keep killing it. Discord's about to again open up on Sunday. So that's what we're looking at right now. You're getting a nice push. You look pretty good. Amazon, you got to get above your key level 175 once again. If you get back above 173.5, you might get a push to the upside. But again, 175.4 is what you're looking for there. Going a little bit further as well, those are the main ones that we're liking a lot right now. Tesla, it's a no trade zone. This was all called out on Twitter. As you mount 194, you push back up. But as long as you're below 206, you got to be patient. You got to wait for that gap to get filled. And that's all you're really looking at there. Last names, right? Hood. Last name I'm going to mention, Robin Hood. You are getting close. We mentioned this a lot, and I haven't been excited about mid caps, but you're breaking out of your range, and then you're above 16.5, you're going to push into $20 most likely, but above $20, there's no liquidity until at least 27, 28. I love it. This thing could go berserk. Would be watching it. Baba, inverse head and shoulders playing out right now. As you can see, your neckline's right here at 78. Over 78.2, you're pushing into the 200 SMA near $83. Above that, you could go to 100, but I'll keep you guys updated on these. That's the video for today. If you have any questions, comment down below. See you guys later.